Hey guys, Brandon here from Stepz. I'm just going to run you through how to install the Stepz Next Gen rail to our Next Gen kit. Firstly, start off by laying out all your parts on the bench. If you happen to be missing any parts, please email us at info@stepzco.com or use the live chat on our website, www.stepzco.com. Once you've laid your parts out and you've confirmed they're all there, lay out all the required tools. For this install, you will need an M10 spanner, a 5mm Allen key,
two 17mm spanners,
a pair of scissors, a drill, a 6mm drill bit, some grease or some oil for the threads of the bolts, and some masking tape to hold down the drill template. All right, let's jump into it. Okay, so we're going to start off by installing our rail holder plates to our rail. We're going to start off by grabbing one prop plate and installing it just like that. We're going to use our 50mm 6mm bolts and push them through like that. Push both of those through. Once they're installed in this position, we're going to get our other plate and hold it over the bolts like that. Now the two rail plates overlap each other for then the M10 bolt to go through. We're going to go on with one washer and then one nut. Okay, so now we're going to go on and loosely install our rail to the Stepz assembly. We're going to use the top bolt of the middle step in this situation. If you're using a 4-step, we're going to do the second step down. So it's the top bolt that we're pushing through. Now just loosely tighten everything so the step rail holds. Just keep in mind that this step rail can move like this at this stage. Okay, so once it's loosely installed and you're ensured that there is going to be no fouling on anything like the bow of the boat, etc., we're going to go on and start drilling our holes for our rail holder. So start off by grabbing your rail holder template. Start off by cutting around the border of the step. And this is going to be to drill the hole on either side. You will see that there is markings either side. This is just so the rail can be installed either side. And you will also see another line that is 6mm in from the edge of the template. The line that is on the inside edge is for when you have installed the add-on kit, when you've got a 4-step. Line this edge up with the outside of the platform. This is just to ensure that you've left enough for the 6mm packer that is in the inside of the step assembly. The step assembly can also be installed in all 3 pivot positions, no problems at all. So you will see markings on the template, position 1, position 2, and position 3. These relate to the pivot positions. If you're using pivot position 2, like I am here, use position 2 as marked on the template. Same with position 1, use position 1 holes. Nice and easy. Okay, so start off by getting your template and lining it up with the edge. Once again, on this install, we are only installing it to a 3-step, so we're going to be using the outside line. If you are installing this to a 4-step model with the add-on kit, let's use that dotted line, which is just 6mm over. So if we're using the add-on kit, we'd line that line up just like that over the edge in the position of the step. Tape your template on. And I like to go over the top with a bit of tape just to ensure it's all held down firmly. And at this point, you can rest your rail forward so it holds onto the step at the bottom. As discussed, it's usually best with a pen to mark the holes so you know you drill the right one. Position 2, position 2. Circle the holes so you make sure you definitely drill the right one. And follow the arrow down to it. So just triple check that you've got this right. The main things to remember are, if you're using position 2, make sure you're drilling the holes in position 2. If you're using a 3-step model, line it up with the outside edge. If you've got an add-on kit, it's a 4-step model, line it up with the dotted line on the inside that's 6mm in. This does say it on the template, but just double check this and then you won't make any mistakes. So we go in with our drill and our 6.5mm drill bit. Line the drill bit up in the center. You can center punch these if you'd like. I'm going to just drill straight through. And the other hole. Remove your template. Now grab your step holder and just figure out what way it fits. Sometimes it installs this way, sometimes it installs that way, depending on the side that you have the step on. So in this situation, it's going to line up like this. Slide it over the top. And it sits up underneath. Grab your 25x6 bolts. Push them through the entire assembly. And one nut and one washer on the bottom of each of. Okay, so once you've got your rail holder installed, we're going to go through and tighten up the M10 bolt down the bottom. We're going to tighten up the 2 bottom bolts on the rail, and then we're going to tighten up the 2 bolts on the rail holder. Okay, so once they're all tightened up, we're then going to install our end cap. So there you have it. That's how you install the Stepz rail to the Step kit. If you have any questions, please feel free to email us at info@stepzco.com or use the live chat in the bottom right-hand corner of the website. Thanks for your purchase. I'm Brandon. Enjoy your time out on the water. Thanks.